So guys, today I want to talk about KAS and QUBIC and their current prices and some potential thoughts about price, but also some potential thoughts about how high this market is going to go and when you should be ready to sell your KAS and QUBIC and any other cryptos, to be honest. I just kind of want to give you some insights to make sure that you're not going to get wrecked, and just so you understand how this game's been played on a bigger scale. So let's get into it. Okay, guys, so I'm going to kind of just try and build you up a bit of a picture here. I think this is probably, in many respects, one of the most interesting videos I'm ever going to do for for new people and also for people who are quite experienced as well. And some of you will probably think the complete opposite of what I'm going to say here, and some of you will probably be seeing what I'm going to say is going to happen, develop soon. But let's begin with just the simple stuff. So Monitor, who is someone that I really respect and like on X, and they're just sharing their thoughts on KAS. And they said last year when I forecasted and shorted a perfect high frame on KAS, I got some hate from the community. I shared my setup idea and then played it out. It crashed 40% into an early 10x profit in short position. Nowadays I'm long because the opportunity to long appeared. No hate. So basically what they're saying is that they the KAS community was hidden out of them because they were saying for a while back that they felt that the KAS price was going to crash, and now they're saying that they're long in KAS because they feel that KAS is going to increase in value in the future. So that's a really positive thing right now to see a person like this is playing the long-term game with KAS, and I know as a KAS holder as well. So that is just one thing that I thought was quite interesting. Then on the QUBIC front, so QUBIC, still that price action is not looking great right now. I just see Crypto D shared this, so it's Wednesday. That means in about 10 hours, miners will be paid. I'll be trying to get some of those coins, but remember, this will soon be a thing of the past. With our daily volume rising, the number of coins that are released is almost the same as our daily volume. When we fly past that, then the selling won't affect the price. So yeah, that volume on QUBIC is going up quite a bit. And that's just basically the issue right now, is there's not enough trading on QUBIC. And then every Wednesday, you've got those trillion released miners. They sell those QUBIC. It's driving the price down. And that's affecting how QUBIC's performing. Will QUBIC perform great in the long term? Who knows? But fundamentally, it's a great project and it should perform well. But there's no guarantees in that. But definitely, I put a good bit of money on QUBIC, and I believe that we're in the early stages of a really successful project. But who knows? Time will tell. So then this person shared, QUBIC could put in a new low. I don't like what I'm seeing from a buy versus sell order books. Selling order books are stacked compared to the thin buy order books. It's either people step up or going lower. Get those stink pits ready. Also, ETH going to take away liquidity from newer chain ideas for a bit. Anyways, patience is key, not going to be an easy journey by any means. So really important what they're saying here is that obviously you can be a QUBIC maxi, you can believe in that project a lot, but they're just looking at the order books. They're seeing that there's more sells on QUBIC right now lined up compared to buys for orders. So they're expecting the QUBIC to fall in price quite a bit based on that. And then really importantly, they're saying that the Ethereum ETF is going to be taking away a lot of liquidity from some of these newer chains and ideas for a while. And for that reason, you could see QUBIC, could even see KAS, could see any of those newer cryptos fall for a while. And then as we get into an alt season, probably later this year, we would see those cryptos like QUBIC pumping, or that's what we'd hope for anyway. So then Crypto D's just shared, with the cryptosphere about to explode, how long until QUBIC breaks its all-time high? I'm going with the first week in June. Then people were voting. They said before the 1st June. then, you know, other people said first 2 weeks of June, then other people said last 2 weeks of June, and then some people, including me, said later. And the reason I'm saying later is just based off that liquidity that could be stolen by ETH, and the way the market is generally going. But it's, you know, it's not that I don't believe that Qubic will fly at some point, but I do find it hard to believe that we're going to see it break its all-time high in the next few weeks. I'm not trying to be negative. I just find it hard to believe. I don't know that for a fact, but I just find it hard to believe. And I'm thinking more July or August is maybe when we can see Qubic back to all-time highs. If we do, again, nothing's ever guaranteed. And then Crypto Dave, who is someone who is really supportive of this channel, and thanks so much for your appreciation of the channel. And I just saw them posting on Twitter, and you know, I really appreciated Crypto Dave's comments on my videos, but when I read this, I was like, oh, this guy isn't just like a supporter. This guy knows his stuff. And this is what I'm going to start talking about later in this video, because this is a big deal for anyone that's invested in KAS or QUBIC right now, and where you're seeing the market going. But Dave said that it's got to be soon to Crypto D's. He's talking about you know, when QUBIC's going to hit this all-time high. This cycle, in my opinion, only has about 5 months left. Most people are thinking this goes into next year. Only suckers will be bag holders in 2025. Things are about to move up and are at a very fast pace. Election or first rate cut will most likely mark the top. And 100% on the ball, Dave. I think possibly you could see an all-time high in, you know, December, when you kind of get the Christmas bros going to their family and being like, hey, like, you know, at Christmas dinners, the elites kind of want all the crypto bros to go to their family and be the hero and tell their whole family, invest in crypto now. You might be able to see a good January around early 2025. I'm just saying possibly. I don't know. Maybe 5 months is correct. But and then, you know, then everyone's just jumping into it, and then that's when it crashes. But yeah, like you, Dave, I'm going to be keeping an eye on around that 5 month period, and I'll be definitely stepping out in that time. But let's talk about that, because that might be quite shocking to some of you guys who are expecting that the bull run hasn't started yet, which is I get where you're coming from, but it's kind of funny to say that. And you guys who think that the bull run starts properly in 2025 and peaks around September or October in 2025, maybe you'll even get a little run as close to 2026, and that's when it dies down, and then you go into the bear market. And I'm going to tell you guys why. It's not necessarily that you're wrong, because who knows, anything's possible, and I'm going to play with an open mind for both things happening, but there's a good chance that you're wrong. So this is just an interesting comment I saw here. So bull run hasn't even started, bro. You know, anytime anyone just uses the word bro, it kind of instantly just puts me off kind of trusting what they're saying. Doesn't even really start until Jan. Now, this is Joey, and Joey, I'm guessing, is probably pretty huge crypto. I don't know. I'm not having to go with Joey here. I'm not saying that he's wrong, but why hasn't it really started until January? So he's saying January of 2025, the bull run isn't starting, even though Bitcoin has been in an upwards trend for over a year now, and it's broken its all-time high recently, and it's close to its all-time high again. Many alts have already run really big, so you know, that's just a crazy statement. And I've seen statements like this all over my YouTube videos as well, where I talk about, you know, being in the middle of the bull run, and people say, no, you're wrong, the bull run hasn't started. And I just think, geez, why do you think that? But anyway, so this is interesting. So this guy, LY, said, bull run has been in play for almost a year already. Some people are going to get very hurt this cycle. Many still waiting, not recognizing that a powerful alt season has already been in play for months. How else do you explain parabolic moves across the board for AI and other coins? Such an important point. I know some coins have been released as new coins, but so many coins in 2023 had an alt season, or a kind of like an alt season, and ran huge in that time. And there's been a dip since after the halving, but the reason that dip came after the halving was because everyone was expecting the pump to be after the halving, and that's how you get wrecked in this market. Is that while you're buying in, the top whales are selling out and making their money off you. Not everyone wins. So then this person Podge commented, "We've been in a bull market since November 2022, in my opinion. What's this guy on?" He's talking about a person that, another comment, basically responding to this guy's comment here. And yeah, 100%. We're most definitely in a bull run since around very late 2022, very early 22. And it just then, this guy said that this, people like this guy here sound like a round tripper pending. Basically, a round tripper, someone who rides their crypto investment all the way to the top, but is expecting it to do another 100x from there, and then rides it all the way down to the bottom with the belief that, the crypto's still here, it's still going to hit those highs again, and they lose out big time. So then Moneytar, again, if you're on X, this is the main account that I know of that I would recommend following, because I think they're brilliant. And he put a comment here, retail isn't even here yet. And that comment is from retail, because you're hearing all the people, on Twitter saying that the NPCs haven't even come to the market yet. And by NPCs, they mean non-playing characters. Or, they're always talking about NPCs. They're always talking about retail. Now, if, I don't like the term NPCs anyway, but if you want to talk about NPCs, I guess it's when your granddad or your dad who never had an interest in crypto, or your mom who never had an interest in crypto, are messaging you and saying that they just bought their first bit of Bitcoin or something like that. That's when really people outside of crypto were entering. But retail is people like me. I'm trying to think like a smart investor, but I'm basically a retail investor, and most of you guys listening to this are retail investors, and I'm sure smart retail investors, but we're not like the smart money investors that are out there that are manipulating these markets. And those smart money investors are the whales, who are giant banks, who are investment funders like BlackRock, who manipulate the news, who manipulate everything to control these markets. And we're just the retail investors. Moneytar mentioned that nowadays even the most viral politicians are talking about and accepting Bitcoin. Many are certain of a 1 million Bitcoin by the end of the decade. All these people who are certain of it are the same ones who become giga bullish at each pico top before corrections. So he's basically saying is that all these people who are so bullish in Bitcoin become just as bullish can be at the very top of cycles. And they're the people, they're getting everyone, their friends in, everyone in. They're like, this is the time now, we're going to go do another 100x from here. And that's when things drop off. He said that it feels like the biggest bubble of all time now that they're all bullish at high prices. Because, Bitcoin is just after, just crossed its all-time high, and is ranging still up around that all-time high. It hasn't, even though the last couple of months have seen bad, it hasn't fallen that much. After being quiet at the bottom of the bear market, they actually bought twice. It's clearly printed on the chart. Retail investors cannot move Bitcoin like that. Whales bought aggressively in January 2023 and since Q4 2023. And we'll look at that in a second. So this guy just said here, my friend owns $2,000 of Shiba Inu. I ask him, when will he sell? He says, I need 100k so I can buy an apartment. I say, I don't think it does 50x from here. He says, well, what's the point then? It's crazy. So this is the mindset of everyone who's investing in crypto right now. They want to put $2,000 in and they want to see $100,000 back. Even I, I want to pay off my house. But I've got, my aim is kind of a 10x on my portfolio. And with that, I should be pretty close to paying off my house. And that's my goal. It's kind of a 10x. And, when I look at KAS or QUBIC, KAS, I'm thinking, if KAS could do 20 billion, I'd be delighted. If QUBIC could do 5 billion to 10 billion market cap, I'd be delighted. I'm not thinking, and then, the dream for me is that these coins just shoot up overnight and we see 80 billion market cap and things like that. But I'm not focused on that, because that's crazy talk. And for someone thinking that there's no point in doing maybe like a 10x on their 2K here is insane. But or even doubling their 2K, or even turn that 2K into 3K, they don't see the point in that. And this is the way all the retail investors, and I'm not excluding myself from that, but the way we all think, and that's why we're going to get caught out if we're not careful. So Money Tar continued here. He said he's talking about the whales. They have very fat bags and will eventually sell while releasing a whales-induced black swan during max fill up, season. Fill up at the top season. So what he's making the point of it here is that these whales aren't separate people that don't have an idea. They're going to go put as much good news out there to pump the price of Bitcoin and the whole crypto market, pump the whole markets up, get everyone in, and then when it's right at the top and all your friends and everyone shouting buy, 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 they're going to all together in a coordination just sell it overnight, drop the whole market, and then at the same time release black swan event. This is, as he goes on to say, this is inevitable, as nothing goes up forever and nothing goes down slowly. When it's time to go down, you just wake up into a wrecked portfolio if you have no stops in place. What you need to brainstorm is the when. And that's so important, because if these whales aren't going to lose. It's not designed. This whole game is rigged to take your money, my money. It's not, the whales aren't going to lose. So it's either everyone in the world becomes a billionaire or somebody's got to lose. And if the bull run peak is going to be around the end of 2025, then everyone is going to become millionaires, because everyone already knows that's going to happen. So they're all going to be ready to sell at that time. And that just can't happen. And the whales are going to lose. So they've got to be thinking ahead of it. The last cycles, everyone wasn't as clued into the cycles as they are now. But now people are clued into the cycles. They think they've got to figure it out, and they know how to make the money out of this. And that's how things are going to go drastically wrong. Money Tar went on to say, my targets didn't change, and I am expecting one more strong bullish move in 2024, but this will not end well for many holders. This time is different for real. Whales used to be anti-Bitcoin, and we've seen really powerful bull runs. Nowadays, they're all pro-Bitcoin. I know we're an echo bubble here, so you need to think what's happening out there, which is millions of people ready to FOMO because whales are endorsing cryptos. Whales are not your friends. Their goal is taking all your money from you with deception games. So it's just we're basically seeing the whole sentiment changing to get average Joes into buying crypto. And here's the point that Money Tar is making, and this person here that was saying we're not even in a bull run yet. Well, look at the Bitcoin chart from recent times. So we had 2021, 2022, but let's look then. We had a bear market 2022. You could say late 2021 was the bear market as well, I guess, but not really. So just 2022 was your bear market. Then 2023, you're seeing Bitcoin go into a bull run, very clear bull run, and then you're seeing it going up here into a bull run, and now you're about to see Bitcoin hit the end of that bull run, and probably like you're talking $90,000 to $100,000 top for Bitcoin, and then you'll also see all season happen. And then, as Money Tar was saying, so he said here, he said retail investors cannot move Bitcoin like that. Whales bought aggressively in January 2023 and since Q4 2023. So January 2023, so he's saying the bulls bought kind of around this point here. The bulls were buying, or the whales were buying. And then he said late 2023, they bought again, because it's only them that can move the market this way. And they might buy again, but maybe they don't. They're probably just ready to dump on the market now. They're at the point where they want all the retail money to come in, and they won't be buying anymore. They'll just be dumping this, but they'll probably start dumping it into other cryptos, and that will run all season. So you've probably seen the top of the market for whales buying. And then as we see some of the news has come out, the Trump campaign announced Tuesday that it will start accepting cryptocurrency donations, casting the move as one of solidarity with opponents of socialistic government control over the US finance markets. Breaking, Donald Trump now officially accepts Bitcoin for campaign donations and a little rocket emoji. The whole market is designed to be tricking retail investors now to think that the bull run is just about to start, or is going to start in early 2025, when the bull market is near its end. It's near its end, guys. Or it's probably near its end. I don't want to speak in indefinites. I don't know what's going to happen for definite, but there's a good chance that the bull market is coming near its end. And I really hope it carries on until 2025, but that's not guaranteed. So then we see here, so I'm hearing way different numbers. I heard somewhere that there's something like 2.3 million cryptocurrencies in existence right now, but then we're seeing here, I got this, I can't remember what website I got this from now, but it's on a lot of websites anyway. I saw Coinbase sharing it, that there's 23,000 cryptocurrencies. CoinMarketCap shared that as well. And, there was only 7, but this was a recent number that was given. Anyway, it doesn't matter. There's so many meme coins and just random cryptos being released right now that the money that, so years ago there was only a few cryptos to invest in, but now there's so many cryptos to invest in that all that money that's going into cryptos is getting diluted between cryptos. So to think that Qubic or KAS will hit the highs of Cardano is possible because they're such unique projects, and they might be the ones that run really uniquely. But also you got to remember that the people who used to be buying, would have put all that money into those projects before, are buying loads of projects now. So maybe those ones don't run. Maybe they end up not performing as expected. I don't see them not going up personally, but it doesn't mean that they're going to reach these incredible highs over the space of the next year anyway. Maybe long term they will, because they're such unique projects, but don't expect it to definitely happen overnight. And then if you look at cryptos that, I wanted to find exact information on this, but cryptos that have made it over 20 billion market cap, or even over 10 billion market cap in the history of crypto, I think there's only around 10 cryptos that have ever crossed 20 billion market cap threshold. And guys in the comments, correct me if I'm wrong on that, because I could be wrong, but there's not many more that have ever made it over the 10 billion market cap for their all-time high. So for us to think that Qubic or KAS are definitely going over that 10 billion market cap is possibly crazy. You might only see another 4x, 5x out of those cryptos. Another 10x would be incredible, but to be thinking these cryptos are going to 100x from here, you're thinking crazy, in my opinion. It could happen. I've always got an open mind to it, but a 10x would be incredible. 2x would be incredible. 5x would be really incredible, but I'm dreaming of a 10x, but I'm thinking a 5x is possibly more realistic, and people are going to like me saying that, but that's the way it is. Here's the George Carlin quote: "The reason they call it the American dream is because you have to be asleep to believe it." And that's the thing, you've got to be awake to not fall for what's going on right now. So look, here's the way I'm going to play this is I want to take out a good bit of money out of the markets by the end of 2024, feeling where the market's going. And because I believe in projects like KAS, Tau and Qubic, I want to then let some of that money run and see what it does long term. It can go, and then maybe if if all this is wrong and, it does turn out that the crypto market runs till 2025 and that's where the peak is, then maybe I'll make so much money out of that, it'll be so worth it and I'll regret selling anything in 2024. But, otherwise I might carry that through another bear market, and then during the next bull run, those cryptos, because they're fundamentally, greatness, they could be successful then. But I'm not falling into this delusion of believing that they're definitely going to these super high market caps in this run. So I definitely want to sell some crypto in this run and not turn into a hodler and not get tricked. And I recommend you guys do your own research, but start thinking of this alternative to just seeing the top is coming soon and we're all going to be millionaires soon, because that's not going to happen. It's not. We can't all become millionaires in this run anyway. We've got to aim for doing 10x as much as we can, but not overnight millionaires. That's probably not going to happen. Sorry to bring her bad news there, guys, but that's just my opinion. I'd love to hear your opinions or your thoughts, because I don't know everything either. So I'd like to hear your feedback down in the comments, and we could have a conversation about it there. That's all I've got for you today, guys. I'll see you all on the outside.